tips on virtual parent training and how do you assess progress, etc. So let's go back to that one. Such a big topic, right? Parent training, parent coaching, parent support, however you want to label it. To me, parent training can be, your ABCs of behavior. So, talking about behavior reduction, etc. It can be talking about life skills, how to toilet train, sleeping, etc. Or it can be, hey, I need you to implement this tacting program and this is how you do it. So there's a lot of different ways or different approaches to parent training or different facets of parent training. I think the number one thing would be to collect some baseline data. If parents can give you at least a checkoff sheet, at least something for that. Sherry, you said something before about problem behavior, and you talked about therapists and teachers, and making it simple for the people you're working with to collect data. We need to do the same thing for our parents, right? It's probably not second nature for parents to collect data, so we need to be able to give them something really, really simple. Maybe it's even just that they collect a video for you, and you watch the video, and you collect the data of how many times, except this, that, whatever. Maybe it's a rating scale, not perfect, but at least it's something. Maybe it's a rating scale of behavior. Maybe it's a rating scale of how stressed out the parents are because of it. Whatever the parents can handle, that's what I would do. Shira?
Yeah, so I just thought of this. Also, you can have the parents collect data on their own behavior. So if if they say, well, I really want your help with my, bedtime routine. So you say, okay, so do X, Y, and Z, and your child, in a couple of weeks, hopefully we'll see improvement. You need to give that parent maybe some accountability. So say by next week, I'm going to ask you if you implemented a visual schedule, if you, limited screen time, give them 2 or 3 kind of homework pieces. And then when they come back the next week, they need to report on their own behavior on whether or not they followed through. And then what we usually do is we'll give them a couple chances, but sometimes, for us at least, parent training is almost like a privilege. Parents they want it because they like that support, and they want someone to be able to listen to their problems. But at the same time, we don't just want to be someone who you come and complain about every single time that your kid isn't sleeping. There comes to a point where it's I'm not, it's an expensive therapist. So we'll just make some accountability in place. And then if the parents come back and say, yeah, I tried these 3 things and this is what did work, this is what didn't work, then we can go again. And I think that's kind of a good way, because you can't always assess progress because there's so many variables going on at home. And sometimes they're trying and they're doing the right things, but you have to tweak it, or it's not working, or some other factors. They could still come back and have made some progress on their behavior, but it may not be showing yet in the child's behavior. So it is a good way to just keep that momentum going.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ruby Parent Training, RUBI.
Yeah, it's great.
Ruby Parent Training is great. They've got, it's a manual. They've got data sheets, et cetera, in there. Christina Kahn from Behavior Paradigm Solutions, she also has some really great parent training tips and tricks, et cetera. So take a look at her stuff as well. And again, data sheets to collect data to see whether it's working is great.